Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out a knife from Kizer, and we're talking about the Spitfire, right? So this one's going to have some dragon sort of. It is going to be a Chris Conway design, 3.13 inches on the blade, and 14C28N steel, satin blade, aluminum, and rich light. All right, that's interesting. Rich light blue canyon handle liner lock. So that's going to be absolutely interesting. Let's go ahead and find out what this one is all about. Of course, this knife and every other knife that you see in this video will be linked down below. If you guys are interested in checking prices, availability, and variants, and definitely check those links. There's the knife, and here is everything else in the box. First of all, we got the Kizer paperwork. We got a sticker, action for exploration. We got some additional hardware, right, which is always included with every Kizer knife. Absolutely got to give them kudos for that. And a wiping cloth, right, as usual, pretty standard stuff. But here we go. Let's see what the Spitfire is all about. Got a little Ziploc, right, a little baggie here. Can I see the knife? Yes, no, maybe. Ooh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, okay, all right. So let's take a closer look here, shall we? So this is the aluminum, right? The black part looks like we have an aluminum bolster. That's what we got here. And then we have the rich light, which is a whole new material I'm not too familiar with. Rich light blue canyon is what the specific color looks like. I mean, at first glance, it kind of looks like micarta, but it's not called that. And it's specifically called rich light. Now, this is also interesting, right? How you have the aluminum backspacer. I'm assuming that's what that is. Aluminum backspacer here. Yes, it is. And it's funny how it actually still becomes a little bit of the handle portion towards the end. It's an interesting take, right? Never seen that before. And we do have a deep pocket carry clip, right, which is not reversible, something to keep in mind. And good alignment on the blade there, as you can see, right, out of the box. That being said, let's go ahead and get this thing deployed. We got some thumb studs on each side, and it looks like it's going to be a liner lock. So without further ado, oh, there it is. That was a smooth and very good acoustically, right, satisfying deployment there, if I say so myself. So let's go ahead and do that again. Hold on. Okay, you catch what I'm trying to say here? All right, listen to that. Okay, both deployment options feel pretty good. Again, reverse flick and thumb deployment only as far as deployment goes for this one. Let's check out the blade, right? 14C28N. It looks like we have a drop point. It kind of drops down so much, it almost kind of gives me Warncliffe vibes, but it's not. Kind of the fact that the tip is pretty aligned with the pivot there. And yeah, we're just going to call it a drop point, right? Kind of almost looks like a sheep's foot, but it's not. No, it just drops suddenly towards the very tip portion. Satin finish, 14C28N with a flat grind. Kizer logo on one side. There's your Spitfire and Chris Conway collaboration logo there on the other side. Kind of looks like a, what do we have here? What is it, like a bear paw, right? Kind of paw print of some sort. Check that out. Definitely small enough, right, to be tastefully done. So it's not too heavy on the billboarding, right? Nice and tastefully and small. That being said, it is again a liner lock like we said earlier, and that lock up right there is going to be about what, 20%, 20, 30% ish, 35-ish, right? You guys be the judge there. We do have good access to that liner, by the way. Check out the additional cutout right here on the show side. Easy to get at the liner. The liner even has a chamfer on it, right? Makes it easy to push down to the left and disengage, right? Check that out. And on the drop shot, let's see here. A little bit of a shake shutter. Obviously, it's going to be on ball bearings. And check out the detent tuning. Maybe a little bit of detent lash. I'm not sure. No, that's just overcoming. Yeah, no, not at all. That's just overcoming the detent. And yeah, so bam. Deployment is good, right? Good tuning to the detent. Bam. Both deployments are money, so no back flipper on this one, even though it has this little interesting cutout there. That's something I'm noticing here. But yeah, no back flipper, no front flipper, nothing else. Just a liner lock with some good old thumb studs. Now, checking out the ergos, yeah, it's going to fit the hand here pretty good. I have average size hands, not the biggest of hands or the smallest of hands, but as you can see, I'm able to get a full 4-finger grip. Still a little bit of handle there left to go. No dedicated forward choke spot, right? That's just something to keep in mind there. No jimping on the blade. I'm sure that was intentional, but yeah, just basically no jimping there at all. The pocket clip itself, you know, not too uncomfortable. Well, actually feels pretty decent. I'm going to give it a good 9 out of 10 right there on my scientific pocket clip rating scale. And check out the milling on the inside, right? We have some, you know, holes, cutouts there for weight reduction, right? Absolutely what the doctor ordered right there, right? On both sides, even the liner side as well. Take a look there for yourself. And with that in mind, guys, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a very fidgety liner lock, right? As fidgety as liner locks get. Absolutely sign me up. With that in mind, let's do some size comparisons here really quick, rapid fire, next to some of the usual ones in the channel. Here's your MSI from Microtech. Here is the Stitch, right? Those are going to be, right, slightly larger, nice, no doubt. Keeping it in America, here's the PM2 and the Para 3. All right, very Para 3 size, more or less, obviously shorter than the PM2. So that means it's going to be more or less comparable to the 80-20.5, just a hair longer, but shorter than the Kunwu Chad there, as you can see. And on the more budget end of things, we got the Civivi Vision FG, we got the Kizer Militaw, right? Those are going to be slightly longer knives. So all these are actually very affordable. All linked down below if you guys want to check out prices, availability, and variants. Same with the first 3 sets. Those are a little bit more on the premium end, but also linked down below. The Porcupine right there and the CJRB Pyrite, also highly recommendable on the budget end of things. And I also have content on all these knives here in the channel. If you guys want to check out more details, just put the knife name Miguel EDC on the YouTube search box and you'll find those videos right away. So hopefully that gives you more or less the ballpark where this one lands. But let's do some quick stats here from my knife nerds. 7.5 inches overall length. That blade is going to be 3 inches or 3.13 if you want to get technical. That's what the box says, and I can already see it, right? So a little bit over 3 inches, and the handle is going to be 4.5, right? Very close to 4.5 inches on the handle. Quick blade stock thickness here, we're looking at 0.12, which is the average in the channel. Thickness on the handle is 0.48 or 0.47. Come on, man, you're gonna make up your mind. There it is, 7, 8, one of those two. Definitely under the 0.5 or ½ inch in the channel for sure. And last but not least, let's do a quick weight check here, shall we? Now let's see, I want to say aluminum obviously is going to be lightweight. This rich light is not heavy either. Now the stainless steel, right, liners, that's what most of the weight is going to be. That's why it's milled for weight reduction. I'm going to give it 3-ish, 3.5, 3.6. There we go, 3.6. A little bit under, right? Overestimated, right? 3.4, which translates to 95 grams, right? 95 grams right there, or 3.4 ounces. So great weight for EDC. I absolutely dig it. Not too light, not too heavy, right? Right in the sweet spot where you want it to be, no doubt. But of course, you already know what time it is. We're about to get scientific with it. It passes the scientific nail test. So let's waste no time here. I got a piece of textbook paper, right? Let's get the 5X zoom here with the 14C 28N steel. Oh yeah, absolutely digging into that paper there like nobody's business right away. So let's get some full slices. I mean, come on. And you also have plenty of cutting path here for days, so absolutely gonna do pretty well there. It's gonna spit fire while it cuts, right? If you know what I mean. Pun intended. All right, so cutting through paper there, no big deal. I got a pretty decent size single wall piece of cardboard, cutting at a diagonal angle for better performance. It's gonna look something like this. Oh yeah, this is where that long cutting path is gonna come handy. I'm gonna turn it around for some better leverage. And I'm cutting opposite of the little squiggly design inside of the cardboard. And needless to say, it's going through that cardboard without any problems. A little bit of a taper off here towards the end. And now I'm just fighting for leverage here myself. So let's do one last and final cut. There it is. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this one. Rate it on a scale from 1 through 10. 10 being the sharpest. Rate that factory edge. And you all let me know. Well, there you have it, folks. That is the Spitfire from Kizer. A very interesting liner lock here with thumb stud deployment, reverse flick action, aluminum, and rich light, which is a new one for me. Absolutely, I mean, definitely has an elegant combo, right? The black and the dark blue definitely goes pretty good. Big hardware here, TA all around except the pocket clip, which is T6. And the captive pivot, right? Very straightforward knife. Very interesting design. I mean, it's not anything out of the ordinary. It's not like, you know, anything you perhaps haven't seen before, especially if you've been in the knife world for a while. But, you know, sometimes some of these straightforward designs are exactly the ones that work the best. So I can already see this one here being a pretty good EDC knife, no doubt, right? Kind of slim, comfortable, right? And the ergos department, very capable blade. So if you like what you see here, if this design speaks to you, absolutely, I would say go for it. Definitely check it out. It's going to be linked down below. Check out all the different variants available. It does help out the channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. More importantly, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, right? What do you all love about it? What do you all like about it? So anything you dislike about it, let me know. Just hang out in the comment section down below. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.